Good evening, YouTube. So tonight is skull night. I'm going to show you some composite skulls that I've made with cast pewter and found objects. So here we go. So I think I'm going to be displaying these in pairs. I have quite a few of them, and as far as making one video for each skull, at least for now, I'm going to just stick with pairing them up. I didn't realize it until I put them together that they actually share a commonality, and that is that they both have full skulls, actual skulls, embedded in them. So the one coming around that has the Madonna face, that is a muskrat skull. And of course, semi-precious stones, some glass marbles, quartz, and glass beads, or I guess you could call them stones of sorts, used in floral decorations sometimes. Now, this skull that's coming around has a cat skull in it, and vertebra, small bones, seashells, quartz, semi-precious stones. Most all these bones, I live in the foothills of California, so I have access to pretty much whatever I need when I go out looking. And some things I search for and get from reliable sources elsewhere, but ultimately I would say 90% or at least 80, I harvest them myself from nature. These pieces are about 3.5 inches tall, and they're hefty. They probably weigh about 4 or 5 pounds each, because they're cast in solid pewter. And of course, most of the objects that are embedded in them are pretty dense as well, outside of the bone. The first piece that's right now coming facing you, that one is straight out of the mold. The second piece that has the Madonna face, that I excavated post cast to reveal more of the muskrat skull that got covered up with the pewter. So one thing you can do with pewter that you can't really do with any other castable metal is embed organic objects in it without destruction. So it's a very forgiving metal. These are archivally sealed, so they will not tarnish. Although they're definitely for indoor display. And they are available. So you can reach out to me via my website, which is, the link is in the description, or direct message me here in the comment section or send me a message. I consider these sacred events, sacred objects. Pretty much up to you to decide the meaning, the vibe of the piece to you. I try to stay pretty neutral and not incorporate any personal meanings or expectations. Just simply creating something beautiful and grounded. Also, that death has another side to it. The twin to life. And I feel like, especially in Western society, we have a lot to learn about our elders, the emotional density of growing old, the cares and needs of the elderly, the passage of time in that context. The inevitability that awaits us all. And I feel if that was incorporated more in life, things would slow down in a good way, and perhaps we would take less for granted and give homage to both life and death equally. But for now, we hide it away and treat it as a loss for the most part, or something to avoid, or put in some category of the shadows or procrastination. When I cast these, I never really know what they're going to look like when I pull them out of the mold. And I'll do a live casting of one of these pretty soon, because I haven't done a skull for a long time. So I'd like to do a 2026 edition. And that's what the bones look like when they come out. They do not catch on fire or get burned in the sense of charred. The skull to the left is straight out of the mold and basically just cleaned up, polished, and clear coated. Camera's doing pretty decent tonight. I did another video of 4 of these grouped together this morning. Had some issues with my cam, ongoing saga. And the mold I made these from, the mold itself is from a crystal skull that I have. So I just pulled a silicon mold from it and been using it to cast these. I've got about 12 or 13 of these skulls. I feel like death is a kind of a private homage to life. Certainly a slowing down and perhaps contemplative more so than reactionary. But it's a case by case situation, I'm sure. I do like the way this amber colored glass piece found itself in the middle of the base of the skull. And I like the contrast of the bone in the silver. The silver acts almost like a black and white photography. And I do put a patina on these to get some contrast, like between the teeth and the hair on the Madonna and inside the nasal cavity, inside the eyes, any of the cracks or crevices. That's India ink. So I heat the metal up to make sure there's no moisture. Paint the India ink on and then use a quad aught steel wool and then later metal polish to buff it back, and then it stays in all the crevices. Some areas I don't paint because I feel like it would be maybe too much, just not natural. It just depends on the vibe of the piece, like what kind of aesthetics are going on, whether heavy shadow is appropriate or leaving it natural. It's a piece by piece consideration. And there you have it. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, stopping by, like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. And head on over to my website to see some more sculptures and my history, my art statement, things like this. And if anyone's interested in a custom skull, like if you have objects that you would like to have embedded in one and want to patron a commission, I'm very happy to speak with you about it. Or if you have an object as well that you want to do something like this within it, I can do that too. You can send the object, I can make a mold, fill it with the items you send me, cast it, finish it, and send it back to you. I'll wait for them to swing back around and I'll conclude the video. Feel free to share the channel as well. I appreciate collaborations or just making new friends. All the best to you, and I wish you a good night and good morning.